Good day everyone! For today's video, I will discuss my assigned report in Module 3, 3.4 Communication for Work Purposes in Education. But before I start, let me introduce myself first. I am Shalame G. Dakulan, a BE Ed 4th year student. Without further ado, let me define to you what is communication. Communication is derived from the Latin word communicare or communico, which both means to share. Communication is simply defined as the transfer of information from one place to another, a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior, in which the information, ideas, thoughts, feelings, opinions, and knowledge are exchanged between two or more people. Communication in education. Communication is paramount in education, whether it is teacher to student, student to student, teacher to teacher, teacher to parent, teacher to admin, or admin to parent, or vice versa. Communication is needed to make sure our students are successful. Being able to communicate is vital to being an effective educator. Communication not only conveys information, but it encourages effort, modifies attitudes, and stimulates thinking. So, information is passed from a sender to a recipient using a medium. There are different media that can be used. Visual communication using body language or gestures, communicating with sounds, communication using touch. Visual communication is important in the education world because it helps convey ideas and information to students in a way that is both engaging and easy to understand, as well as when we communicate through using of sounds and senses of touch. Next, let's proceed to the purpose of communication. Communication serves five major purposes: to inform, to express feelings, to imagine, to influence, and to meet social expectations. Each of these purposes is reflected in a form of communication. The first one is informative communication, or is to inform. The first one is when individuals share knowledge about the world in which they live. Their purpose is to inform. So, informative messages attempt to present an objective, truthful, and unbiased view of the topics being considered. Individuals are exposed to such purpose since their younger years is focuses in studying, so a lot of information is given to gain knowledge. People need to inform in order to conduct their lives wisely. For example, when your instructor lecturing on a specific topic during a class, he or she give an informative lecture, providing useful and interesting informations. Second is effective communication, the process through which people express feelings about things, themselves, and others. Expressions of positive and negative feelings about places, objects, events, policies, and ideas are called opinions. Effective communication also contributes to the formation of self-concept, what one thinks of oneself. For example, teachers will ask the students to share their thoughts and ideas after about the story they read. So the students share or express their opinions towards the story that they have read. Third is imaginative communication, or to imagine. Imaginative communication may be defined as the process through which invented situations are created and, in most cases, shared. Example is when people invent jokes or stories, speculate, daydream, or make believe they are engaged in imaginative communication. So, people also engage in imaginative communication when they appreciate fictional messages found in books, magazine, newspapers, films, television, dramas, plays, and conversation. So, imaginative communication plays a major role in the lives of all people. Fourth is persuasive communication, or is to persuade. Persuasive communication may be defined as the process through which people attempt to influence the beliefs or actions of others. For example, children watch televisions and read picture books. So through reading books, it increases their imaginative messages as they learn to read and explore. Fourth is persuasive communication, or to persuade. Persuasive communication may be defined as the process through which people attempt to influence the beliefs or actions of others. In many cases, persuasive communication involves people who are important to each other, like parents influence their child, children influence their parents, or friends influence each other. People begin to influence others early in life. For example, preschool children learn that they can influence other children and adults by crying, smiling, pointing, and even talking. By the time children enter school, they use a variety of strategies to influence others. Number 5 is ritualistic communication, a social expectation. This is the process through which people meet social expectations. The word ritual comes from the Latin ritualis, meaning pertaining to rites. At one time, rites were seen as acts of religious or public ceremony. People were expected to perform the rites in a certain way. People still have strong expectations about how others should act in a wide range of social situations. So that's all for the 5 major purposes of communication. In conclusion, it is no doubt that communication plays a vital role in human life. It not only helps to facilitate the process of sharing information and knowledge, but also helps people to develop relationship with others. Therefore, the importance of communication cannot be underestimated. Every day we communicate with a lot of people, including our families, our friends, our colleagues, or even strangers. We should learn how to communicate effectively to make our lives better. So here's my reference. And that's the end of my report. Thank you and God bless.